What's up, guys? I'm Nick Hein. I'm here with Taylor Gone. That's not right. Is
One
it?
more time.
Is that right?
No, you're back.
I'm Taylor Gone. This is Nick Hein. And this is our third episode of us training and working on shit, getting ready specifically for his OSG. For me, it's my training partner for my off season. And we're just trying to put out as much fucking content as we can because we've been a lot on our minds for a long time and just anyways, we're going to go over a little foot position drill. Nick, you asked me a question walking into this about your imbalances. Can you just go through and talk to everyone about basically what you just said to me about what happens in your squat and what you're noticing? First, start at the grocery store last night and then talk about your squats.
Yeah, so recently Taylor had helped work with me on getting, we'll just say, the tops of my quads to engage on the deadlift, but also on the squat. I noticed I was going to pick up some chicken and get some rice for dinner the other day, and I was walking through the store, and my right side and the top of my quad here was just cramping up. I felt like my hip was kind of getting pulled a little bit, and I was first thinking that maybe this was due to an imbalance. I was maybe stronger on this side. Maybe that's why I wasn't feeling the same sort of pain and fatigue compared to this side. So for, I would say, the last year and a half, 2 years, I've noticed this, but I've been trying to address this issue in my squat, where when I descend down, and I'm going to over exaggerate for the video, but when I go down, I feel myself twisting like this, and I in my mind, I'm like, oh, I'm getting too much emphasis and power out from my left side, and I'm not getting it from the right side, which in turn is going to cause issues down the road, injuries, etc. So what I've been doing to battle that, and Taylor's going to address here in a minute with something that we can fix this, but is I've been pushing harder with my right side to try to address it at the top as I descend down, but I still, as I enter the bottom of my squat, I still feel that shift onto my left side, driving out more onto my toe. And when I squat up, I feel like I kind of square up from there, but I know this issue needs to be addressed, and it needs to be addressed as soon as possible, especially as we're about to work our way into peaking for official strongman games.
Yeah, so we don't want to enter a prep without undoing everything from the previous prep, right? Because every time we go into specific prep, we are going to develop weak points or imbalances, and that's just part of programming. We're going to circle back around, fix the new problems, prepare, get ready to start fucking lifting heavy weights, find new breaking points. This is just the flow of how data comes back and how programming is designed. Anyways, we've talked about in our first episode, we talked about our single leg squat stuff and addressing stuff through the foot to help enhance the neurological feedback that Nick's getting from his feet and to even that out a little bit. But we can't just do warm-ups. We can't just do accessories. We have to take the things that we're learning from there and progress them up into main lifts. So we need little cues on our feet, just like we do in the warm-up stuff. So what I've got here is a band, and I'm going to figure eight it, right?
And would you recommend this band? Would you recommend the small?
Ideally, you have a micro band, one of those little mini orange micro ones, but this will work for us.
Today.
So we've got our double loop here. I'm going to go on the outside of the foot. I'm going to twist it. I'm going to put my other foot in. Now, one band is going to go under the big toe. It's going to feed over the middle three toes and under the pinky toe. Same thing on this side. Big toe. Right there. Yeah, go ahead and see that. So how that looks. I'll show you how this looks right here. Set up like that. Okay, so I have cues and points, a little bit of resistance on each of the main points that I need to apply pressure through to keep a full foot, which is here, here, and then around the heel. Okay, so I have to have even pressure through all those points. Now I have a little cue and reminder to do that. And grab me the 35-pound kettlebell.
Yes.
Yeah. you want this top one, you want this one that's going under the pinky toe to feed under the ankle, and you want the top one to feed a little bit over the ankle. That way we have that cue to go like this. And we're just gonna squat from here in the goblet position, just like this. And I'm gonna focus on feeling those 3 points in my feet. And when I have Nick do this, I think we'll start to feel how to actually prevent that rotation instead of compensating. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So give that a shot. Take your little sockies off.
So the power is focused up to the pinky side, the big toe side, and around the back of the heel.
Yeah.
Now I don't have the same.
That doesn't look right. Here, take it off. Okay, spread out more. Yeah, get some tension. Okay, we'll go.
Yeah, I see what you're doing.
There you go. And then you want this one under the ankle and this one over the ankle. Cool.
Now I noticed.
Push those pinkies into the band. See how that feels.
So I had worked for the last 10 years in boots, and this is something that there's so many things we're always working on in the gym and to improve our ability to be athletic and strong. But I worked in tight boots, and not until the end of work at this job, I started to buy wider toe boots, but my toes were pinched so bad, I had calluses around where the indentations of my toes were. So this is something that I'm trying to work on. But if you noticed in the beginning when Taylor put the bands on, his pinkies weren't getting pulled over the top of his feet the way mine are. So this is an immediate weak point that I'm seeing from the start before we're even.
That's a really good point. These setups that we do are designed to very quickly expose the weak point. We don't even have to start squatting and we see the weak point. Now we can focus on that. Go ahead and push those pinkies down as hard as you can. That's why it's easier to have a micro band at first, because you can just work on it as you're squatting. Yeah.
Manually push my pinky down.
Yep. And just squat and focus on the evenness. Focus on the things that we talked about here and overdoing here. Open up. Open up. There you go. Good. Squeeze the glutes to come up. Keep the tailbone under you. Round the glutes under you. Good. Drive the knees forward. Good. Pinky toe down at the bottom. Yeah, good.
So I can tell what I'm feeling off the bat is I'm getting that good neural connection around the heel and into the big toe, but it's almost completely gone on the pinky toe side.
Yeah.
Which it kind of starts when you expose these weaknesses, things kind of start making sense. Like I've seen myself on the inside of my feet doing certain things, and this would explain a lot of that.
Mm-hmm.
Would you agree?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's what we're trying to demonstrate here, is that Nick didn't know what we were going to do going into this, and he's having these realizations and this clarity as we go along. This is how priming exercises should be. You're not going to go in there and just warm up for no reason. You need to be doing things with something in mind, with intention. We're going to take this and we're going to go right under a squat bar tomorrow, whenever. But at some point later today or during the week, we're going to go under a squat bar and we're going to take what he's learned here. He's going to visualize it for a few nights and then we're going to fucking squat. So this isn't just, let's do some goblet squats to warm up. This is very intentional on the feedback that we're trying to create here.
Feedback being the key word.
Yeah.
Because that, you talk about the squat starts from the ground up. Any movement really starts from the ground up. If you don't have that connection, you're not getting that feedback from your feet, then you're not optimizing your lifts.
Yeah. So yeah, this is a really good one. I've used this on log press. I've used this on squats. I've squatted 600 pounds with this setup. Um, Nothing where you would come up onto your toes, but I've done it on bench press. Not as effective there. This is something you can get a little creative on, and it can work for a lot of things. But my favorite thing is log cleans and squatting and deadlifting. So
And so you'll do this setup prior to a squat deadlift.
yeah, so the way I like to do it, let's say I'm squatting 700 pounds for the day. I'm gonna do 135 raw. I'm gonna band my toes for 225. I'm gonna do 315 raw. I'm gonna do 405 with bands on my toes. And at that point, you stagger those sets so that you can go into the next set raw without the band, and you can focus on those points. Then you can go back and revisit it. Then you can focus on those points, and then you can go do your working sets. That's how you prime a fucking muscle or warm it or activate it, whatever you want to talk about. You have to incorporate the entire mechanics of the body. You don't just fucking isolate something without making, I hate to use the word functional, but that's
Yeah.
what we're talking about functional fitness is
Yeah.
stuff that can carry over into the next thing.
There's other things that are important. It is important to push blood and prime the muscles and not in like a hypertrophic
Sure.
aspect, but we're also trying to get the central nervous system.
The neurological adaptation. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is great. This is definitely something I'm going to be utilizing, and obviously, like you said, we're exposing weaknesses, so it's something that I need to be addressing.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. And like, share, let us know if you have any questions. Both of us are taking on athletes, so DM either of us if you're interested in coaching.
At Heinstrom or at
Taylor Drill. And just, we're here if you just want to shoot the shit and talk shop. Let us know.
Thanks, guys.
That's perfect.
That was great. That is pulling my pinky toe up.
No, it's the resistance.
Yes, it was my ability to drive force
Yeah, it's
into
actual
the band.
load.
Yeah.